Demian was 19 when he showed up to school, and he had already built four boats, and had gotten his pilot's license. It wasn't so much teaching as it was pointing him towards a project and just kind of unleashing him and seeing what happened. And then before you know it, that project was done, and he was on to the next one, and on to the next one, and on to the next one. And it was truly incredible to watch.
I grew up in Aspen, Colorado. I was born there, and when I started high school, I had a shop class, and I started getting really interested in boats, and I started building them. And so the third one was all varnished and nice and pretty, and I was so proud of it. And I used pine 1x2s with brass screws in the bottom, little sole in there, so I have something to sit on. And when I was finishing up that one, I had a neighbor down the street, and I noticed he had a little Suzuki 2-horse outboard. You know, I should just go ask if he's willing to sell that engine. We negotiated a little bit, and I strapped them both down to the radio flyer wagon and dragged them back up the hill. The closest spot where I could run a boat with an engine was about an hour away on the other side of the Continental Divide. I was like, we gotta go over there like right now. And just kind of figuring out the quirks of it, how it worked, and I got it going pretty good. Just cruising around for a while, and that was a really good day. One day in shop class, we had a substitute teacher. I was working on the boat, and he said to me, he was like, you should look into wooden boat building schools. I was like, well, interesting. I mean, I didn't know about that. And so I went and I looked, and this was the first school that I clicked on, and I stopped looking there. I saw it and I was like, okay, I'm going there. In beginning projects, I was in Bruce's class, and we were building the stubbies, that little 9-foot Ed Monk pram. It was a lot of fun. It was very different because it was traditionally built, whereas what I had done before was not really contemporary, but not traditional either. And then I came up to the Hammond shop, and I took the traditional boat building class, and I was working on the Rosinante. When we got the boat, it was just the hull, so I started us on framing the deck, and there were over 100 pieces to the deck frame. Once I had a deck on it, then I went over to help frame the cabin top. Then I moved on to the companionway hatch. I talked to Leland a bit, and he let me have some input on how to do that. Got to design it, and then we would agree on it, and then I got to build it, and it was really great to see something that I had actually had some input on be built and then work out.
I came here really just interested in the woodworking. And then when I got here, I found out about systems, and I was like, oh, there's even more.
Your head system is very, very important. And as an instructor, what is fun is having someone who really wants to learn and just jumps in head first. And that's exactly what Demian did. I could just sense his insatiable curiosity.
Coming into systems, there was a lot more that was completely new to me. The boat school, it provided a great opportunity and a place for me to learn quickly, actually get to know all the stuff that I needed to know in a timely manner so I could go and actually use it.
Demian was hired, and Tyler was hired, and that class, anybody that wanted to work, they were hired before we were done.
I'm excited about the systems program because there is a shortage of qualified technicians in the marine trades. Diesel systems, hydraulics, plumbing, electrical experts, there's not enough of them. So we've hired a number of alumni from the Northwest School of Wood and Boat Building, both from the systems program and from the woodworking side. They come with a general knowledge. They also come a lot of times with a sense of what they know and what they don't know. And so they are easily trainable to the way we do stuff in the shop.
I've done all of the wiring from those terminal strips there out to all of the components. And I've done some of the wiring on the back of this panel here.
I'm really excited about Demian. He's kind of that next generation. He's able to do a lot of things right away as soon as we hired him. And he comes with a lot of curiosity. So he wants to know why we do stuff the way we do it, and so that he can generalize that knowledge to the next project. He's now doing a full rewire on this 36-foot sloop. And he's been doing that under my supervision, but he's done a great job. We've seen him progress already to being more and more of an independent technician who's able to be given a job and get it done.
I feel about my time at the boat school like it was a year and a half really well spent. The school was a good challenge. I went in knowing a little bit about boats from what I had built myself, but there was still so much to learn. And I went from just thinking about it in high school all the way to actually doing it. Boat school changed the course of my life. The boat building and then the marine systems program, and now to working in the yard, has turned into a great career. I love it. It was the right decision for me to make.